Most people don't want respect. They want to be liked. They want to be told they're good, decent, hardworking, even when they feel invisible. They confuse approval with admiration and comfort with dignity. They think that being accepted means being respected, but respect has nothing to do with being accepted. It has to do with being recognized. There's a difference. Acceptance means you're harmless. Recognition means you're felt. You can spend years trying to be noticed by family, friends, colleagues, and still remain unseen. You can play every polite role society gives you, agreeable, reliable, predictable, and still no one truly sees you. They tolerate your presence. They forget your words. They only remember that you never made them uncomfortable. That's the curse of the agreeable man. He's respected by no one, not even himself. There's a quiet pain you feel when your voice carries no weight, when your ideas are dismissed, not because they're wrong, but because they came from you. It's not incompetence that makes people invisible, it's harmlessness. You were told to be kind, to be patient, to work hard and wait for recognition, but respect doesn't arrive like a paycheck. It's not earned through effort, it's taken through energy. People sense when you're waiting for their permission to feel powerful, and the moment they sense it, they withhold it. Because deep down, everyone respects what they can't control, and the one who chases approval is the easiest to control of all. If this truth stings, good. That sting is your self-respect trying to wake up. You were raised to be agreeable, to smile, nod, and avoid conflict, to make others comfortable, even when it meant betraying yourself. You thought this would make people respect you. It made them comfortable instead. The truth is simple. You can't be respected and liked at the same time. Respect creates distance. Liking collapses it. The man who is always liked becomes a convenience. He's the one people go to when they need favors, not guidance. He's the one who listens, but whose words carry no gravity. You were never meant to be liked by everyone. The fear of being disliked is the cage that keeps men soft, and soft men are never respected. Respect requires friction, a willingness to disappoint, to say no when silence would be easier, to hold the line when others would fold. Because the truth is, people don't respect what pleases them. They respect what challenges them. You've spent your life trying to earn respect through obedience, but obedience was the trap. Now it's time to see who built that trap and why. Look around. Most people aren't alive. They're managed, trained to perform, to comply, to blend in. From the moment you could walk, they handed you invisible chains. Be nice, follow rules, don't question. And every year that passed, those chains got lighter, not because they disappeared, but because you forgot they were there. They told you that being a good person meant obeying authority, that success meant fitting in, that happiness meant comfort. But comfort is the most seductive form of control. You learned to trade your instinct for approval, your conviction for politeness, your individuality for security. You stopped thinking like a man and started functioning like a tool, predictable, safe, replaceable. Schools don't create thinkers, they create employees, people trained to wait for permission before acting. Workplaces don't reward courage, they reward quiet compliance, men who know their place, who don't disrupt the hierarchy. And social media? It doesn't celebrate excellence, it glorifies exposure. It teaches men to beg for attention, to chase hearts, likes, and shares, as if validation were proof of existence. Everything around you is engineered to kill your self-respect while convincing you it's your fault. You're not lazy, you're conditioned to mistake obedience for virtue. But you feel it, don't you? That quiet rebellion in your chest when you're told to be patient? That fatigue that isn't physical, but existential. The weight of living below your potential because you're terrified of what might happen if you stood fully in it.
Society doesn't fear chaos, it fears men who can't be controlled. And that's why most will never be respected, because they never learned how to disobey properly. We're told everyone deserves respect, that respect is a human right, unconditional, universal, guaranteed. But that's a lie dressed as kindness. You don't respect everyone you meet. You respect strength, control, discipline, precision. You respect people who are better, not in status, but in presence. Equality sounds moral, but it destroys the hierarchy that gives meaning to respect. If everyone is respected, no one truly is. Respect is earned, not owed. It is the natural gravity between those who lead and those who follow. It's not cruelty, it's structure. You've been told to lower yourself so others can feel comfortable, to speak softly so no one feels inferior, but in doing so, you erased the very tension that creates admiration. The world needs contrast, strong and weak, loud and silent, dominant and submissive. To deny that is to deny nature. You can be kind to all, but you cannot respect all, because respect is not love, it's hierarchy in motion, and only those who rise above the noise can command it. There's one addiction more dangerous than any drug, the addiction to helplessness. It feels righteous, safe, comfortable. You blame the world for being unfair. You say society is broken, the system is corrupt, success is rigged. And maybe it is, but hiding behind that truth gives you something, relief. It gives you a reason not to try, a reason to stay bitter instead of building power. You start mistaking analysis for action, talking about injustice instead of confronting it. And secretly, that powerlessness becomes your identity, because the powerless man doesn't have to risk anything. He doesn't have to fail publicly, or fight for space, or assert his will. He can simply say, "It's not my fault," and call that wisdom. But powerlessness is not a truth, it's a choice that feels like safety, and safety is the slowest form of suicide. Respect doesn't bloom in men who avoid the fight. It grows in those who face it, even when the odds are unfair. The system might be rigged, but the rigged game still rewards those willing to bleed for their identity. Now that you see the system's design, you face a choice. Keep living as one of the managed, or learn the laws that govern respect itself, because respect, like power, obeys structure, and those who understand it never beg for it.
Respect isn't love. It's not even admiration. It's perception, and perception is currency. The world doesn't reward who you are. It rewards who you appear to be. You may be honest, good-hearted, generous, but if your presence communicates need, people will sense it, and they'll subconsciously lower your value. Respect lives and dies in perception. Powerful men understand this instinctively. They know that what people believe about them is more important than what is true about them. They shape perception with precision through posture, tone, and restraint. You see, respect isn't earned by effort, it's earned by positioning. The man who chases validation signals inferiority. The man who withholds attention signals superiority. The crowd senses this difference instantly. They can't explain it, but they feel it. The subtle hierarchy of energy. Respect begins when your energy says, "I don't need you to see me," because the one who doesn't seek recognition controls the narrative. Power doesn't beg to be seen, it expects to be noticed. And the world complies, because the human mind is wired to obey quiet confidence. People don't respect loudness, they respect composure. The calm man holds gravity. He speaks less because his silence carries weight. He reacts slower because his emotions are under discipline, not under threat. Most men overexpose themselves emotionally. They talk too much, explain too much, defend too much. They mistake vulnerability for connection, but the truth is simpler. Every time you over-explain, you tell the world your authority is negotiable. The man who remains calm under pressure radiates dominance, because composure is proof of power. It says, "You can't move me." And that stillness terrifies people. A calm man forces others to confront their own instability. They feel it, the imbalance, and instinctively begin to defer to him. This is the silent hierarchy at work. Control commands fear. Fear disguised as admiration. Admiration disguised as respect. The calm man doesn't demand it. He simply becomes the emotional anchor in a storm of noise. The final layer of respect is detachment, the ability to remain unmoved by things designed to provoke you. When you stop reacting, you start ruling. Most people are slaves to attention. They crave recognition, applause, validation, all from those who secretly look down on them. They think that attention equals importance, but attention is cheap, it's everywhere, and it's fleeting. Indifference is expensive, it's rare, it signals power because it shows you've transcended the economy of validation. When you no longer respond to every opinion, every insult, every rejection, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability is intimidating. People can't measure what they can't read. They can't disrespect what they can't define. Your silence becomes a mirror. They see their own desperation reflected back, and they project respect to hide it. This is the paradox of indifference. When you stop needing others, they start needing you. It's not arrogance, it's control, the calm refusal to participate in emotional manipulation. The man who masters indifference doesn't push people away, he simply filters the world. He chooses who and what gets access to his focus, and that choice creates hierarchy. Respect isn't loud, it's quiet, heavy, deliberate. It's the weight of someone who doesn't chase because he already knows his value. Now that you've seen how respect operates, perception, control, indifference, it's time to confront the truth that most men can't face. The reason they're disrespected isn't because of others, it's because of their own self-betrayal. That's where the war truly begins.
Every man has a moment when he realizes he's been lying to himself. That moment usually comes quietly, in a conversation, a compromise, a mirror. You agree to something you don't believe in. You laugh at a joke you hate. You stay silent when someone crosses you just to keep the peace. You tell yourself it's maturity, but deep down, it's fear. Fear of confrontation. Fear of losing what little approval you have. Fear of being disliked by people you secretly don't even respect. And every time you give in, you lose something you can't see, your dignity. You trade it in small pieces until one day you wake up realizing you have nothing left that's truly yours. That's why no one respects you, not because you're weak, but because you've taught them how to treat you. People don't disrespect you by accident. They learn your boundaries through repetition. You tell them what's acceptable by what you tolerate. And every time you betray yourself for comfort, you train the world to ignore your worth. The cure isn't loud rebellion, it's quiet alignment. The day your actions match your beliefs, people feel it. Your tone changes, your presence hardens, and respect begins to grow, not because you demand it, but because you finally embody it. You can't demand what you don't reflect. If you want respect, you must first live like someone who deserves it. That means boundaries that cost you something. It means standards that make you uncomfortable to maintain. It means discipline, even when no one's watching. Every man wants to be respected. Few want to pay the price of consistency. Your standards are your mirror.
They show the world who you are without words. You can't fake respect. People can smell inconsistency. They can see when your discipline is selective. They can feel when your confidence is conditional. True respect comes when you hold the line in private, when no one's around to applaud you, when you resist the easy choice, not because someone's watching, but because you are. That's what separates dignity from delusion. You become the kind of man others feel in their gut before you speak. Respect is quiet. It doesn't announce itself, it radiates. There's a moment when every man has to decide whether he wants to be liked or respected. That moment often looks like walking away from people who drain you, from environments that belittle you, from situations that no longer match your value. Most men stay because leaving feels like loss, but walking away isn't loss, it's calibration. When you remove yourself from what insults your worth, the world adjusts. Your absence becomes a message. I will not coexist with disrespect. That silence shakes people. It reminds them that your presence was not guaranteed. It was a privilege. You don't need to argue. You don't need to prove your side. You just need to vanish, calmly, deliberately, without resentment. Walking away is not an act of ego. It's an act of clarity. When you no longer fear losing people, you stop losing yourself. And that's the threshold, the line that separates the respected from the forgotten. Because the man who can walk away without hesitation is the man no one dares to test again. Now that the weak parts of you have been burned away, what remains must be rebuilt. This final chapter is not about rebellion, it's about resurrection. The rebirth of calm, unshakable self-respect, the kind that no one can give and no one can take.
There's a moment when you stop chasing and start watching. When you stop explaining, stop proving, stop demanding to be seen. That's the beginning of real power. Detachment. Not apathy, not coldness. Just the simple decision to stop bleeding energy into things that don't grow you. You stop arguing with fools. You stop negotiating with disrespect. You stop showing up for people who never earned your effort. You begin to conserve your energy the way kings conserve their words, sparingly, deliberately, without waste. And something strange happens. The more detached you become, the more magnetic you grow. People lean in. They notice your silence. They crave your attention. Because the calm man is a paradox. Soft voice, hard boundaries. Unaffected by chaos, yet fully aware of it. He isn't detached from life. He's detached from illusion. The illusion that others define his worth. The illusion that approval means security. The illusion that he must perform to deserve peace. When you break that illusion, you stop living like prey. You move like a man who carries his respect wherever he goes. And that's when the world starts to respond differently. Not because it changed, but because you did. Respect isn't a trick, it's an identity. You don't become respected by acting powerful. You become respected when you are powerful. Quietly, inwardly, without show. People treat you the way they perceive you, and they perceive you through the signals you broadcast without words. If your eyes show hesitation, they'll test you. If your tone reveals doubt, they'll talk over you. If your posture says, "I need you to like me," they'll never respect you. But when your identity says, "I am enough, even if I walk alone," everything shifts. You stop asking for permission. You stop adjusting yourself for approval. You stop explaining your value. And the world, sensing something it can't easily define, begins to respond. Not with applause, with silence, with attention, with the kind of still respect reserved for those who cannot be moved. That's when you realize you don't get respect from others. You get it from your reflection.
Every time you keep your word, every time you walk away from what insults your soul, every time you stand on truth instead of convenience, you build a reputation not with people, but with yourself. And that reputation echoes. Most people will never be respected, not because the world is unfair, but because they never stopped seeking permission to exist. They want to be liked more than they want to be free. They want to be safe more than they want to be powerful. They want peace, but only the kind that requires no sacrifice. So they live quietly desperate, working, pleasing, waiting, hoping the world will one day recognize them. It never will. But you don't have to live like them. You can choose silence over approval, presence over performance, dignity over comfort. You can choose to let go, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. You don't need to fight for respect anymore. You just need to embody it. Because when a man finally respects himself, the world either follows or fades. The script should end in silence, not triumph. No high energy, no motivation, just calm authority. A slow fade, like the sound of realization settling into bone. The listener should feel both exposed and elevated, as if they've just remembered something ancient about themselves. This isn't a lesson, it's a return.